Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday, March 20th, and this is part 11 of our continuing series on the rewatch of the Zach Adams trial, Built on Lives. We are 11 parts into this rewatch, and if anything, the further we go, the worse it looks. Not worse for Zach Adams, worse for the people who built the case. Today, we're picking up where we left off. And we're not going to sugarcoat it. What we are watching is not justice. It's the appearance of justice, held together by jailhouse informants, compromised evidence, and testimony that should never have seen the inside of a courtroom. So let's get into it. Hey, everybody. It's just me. No Bob today. Sorry that I'm late, but the Law News Network kind of changed its format because now it's court TV, and I had like a little mental breakdown that I couldn't find. I couldn't find the playlist from where we left off. And then Bob, he recorded for the actual audio podcast. So he does that in the area that I am. So now like the microphone's really, really high. So I had to get off my ball because my ball chair, because that makes me even lower. And I cannot loosen this thing. And so this is how we're rolling. This is exactly how we're rolling. It's not getting any better than this. So again, it's just me. Bob is actually out on the street interviewing witnesses and people for his part 2 of Murder on Songbird Road. So they're working on that. The wheels are in motion. They've got exciting things in the works, but that's why Bob's not here. And you've got just me. And we are going to do. Oh, let me see where I'm at here. Okay, of course, lost the. Can I get in there? Jeez. Stand by, everybody. Hold on. Thanks. All right, you're going to see me for a minute and not hear me. That's just the way things have to happen in this house sometimes, and that's what's happening. So, let's see. All right, we are actually going to get through whatever they have for us for this day. And not going to see me yet. So we left off with Jason Autry. We listened to his full courtroom testimony from the actual trial, and then we watched and listened to his recantation. So, which really cast everything in a completely different light. But we're continuing with the trial right where we left off. Part 11. Let's go.
Concerned with, but I'm going to give you just.
Whoa. Is that really? Okay, for me, it's loud as shit. So I'm going to click play again. Let me know.
Explanation kind of as part of your law school education. I bet you that rap will come off before the day's over.
Oh, yeah. Yes. All right, I just took the boost off because to me, it blew my eardrums out. I'm going to wait to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, a touch loud. So I took the boost off. Let me check what my my microphone is set at before we continue on here. All right. I'm auto adjusting my mic volume. So that's where I am now. Let's try this again. And thank you. I did just tweak my audio, so I should be good now. And let's see how this works.
Yesterday it was a little muggy, so we should try to start out with the law has evolved. At one time, they called things trial by ambush. One side did not have to tell the other side anything. As the law evolved over time, a case in its strongest sense, is a search for the truth, whether it be a criminal case
Oh, well, thank you,
or
sir.
whether it be a civil case where someone has sued somebody. Discovery is applicable in both of those, civil and criminal, and it's where the attorneys, because of court rule, have to furnish to the other side certain material so that we do not have trial by ambush. They have to advise them essentially of what evidence they intend to present, and it can apply equally to both sides. So I hope that answers your question. It's not something you need to do with others.
I'm confused. Does anyone out there in chat world know what the hell happened? Because it looks like he's talking to the jury about this. We didn't see anything that precipitated this. I don't know. Interesting.
You've heard 404B, you've heard discovery, you've heard all kinds of things that might be outside something we're used to. Those are things that we must concern ourselves with. And all right, call your next witness for the state.
Brian Vitt.
Include so much further testimony about yes, it's the truth. The whole
Oh,
truth,
Lord.
the truth.
Sorry about the banner.
Yes. Be seated.
Thanks, sir.
I want you to state your name first and last and spell it without this court.
Okay.
All right, guys, it's still really loud for me, and I'm not really loud in my own ears. So, testing. I don't know. Bob might have altered like the whole thing so that it sounded right for the podcast. But I'm thinking, I just want to go back and I just want to look. Let me see. Hold on. Stand by. Stand by. I'm just going to make sure there wasn't anything on the stream before this one. Let's see. So, sorry guys. I'm just going to check. All right. So, part 2, day 4, Jason Autry testifies. Just make All right. So, I'm at the end. That's it. Okay, I double checked. All that happened on the day before this is the judge said, "All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow," like, as soon as Autry got off the stand. So, that's where we are, and I will let it play.
My name is Brian Vitt. Common spelling on Brian, I. Last name is V as in Victor, ITT. I'm a City of Camden police officer with the Camden Police Department.
All right, thank you, sir. You can proceed.
But you're really not here today about your police duties, are you?
No, sir.
Sort of about your ordinary life.
Yes, sir.
Where do you live?
I live at 926 Yellow Springs Road.
Is that in something called Yellow Springs Lake Community?
Yes, sir, the Yellow Springs community.
And generally, where is that?
It's in the northern part of Decatur County.
Is it-
Not very long when this took place.
Do you know whether or not Juanita Hickerson was related to Shane Austin?
It was his grandmother.
April the 13th, 2011.
All right, was it just me or did it, like, jump? Did they edit something out right there? It's like I heard, I don't know, like a weird jump. I'm gonna just take it back a second and see. This one. All right, let's take it back just a second and see what's going on here.
In the northern part of Decatur County.
Is it-
Yeah.
Not very long.
Oh, there's like a
when this
little
took
thing
place.
it said there.
Decatur County.
Legally.
is it-
I missed
Not
it.
very long. It's in the northern part of Decatur County.
is it-
Legal for legal analysis and or I don't know. They just spliced it for a little entertainment. I mean, a little advertisement. Okay, thanks, guys.
Not very long when this took place.
Do you know whether or not Juanita Hickerson was related to Shane Austin?
It was his grandmother.
April the 13th, 2011. Well, let me ask you, did you have like a routine basically for how you got up in the morning and stuff like that?
I work swing shift. I change shifts constantly.
Okay.
Once a week, I'm on midnight for a week, and I'm on day shift for a week.
Okay, so that night before,
Mhm.
that April 12th,
Okay.
what time did you come home and stuff like that?
That's not me, y'all.
Working a midnight shift. Came home. Got home about 6 a.m. On the morning that Holly disappeared. I came home.
Now, did you know Holly?
I did not know her personally. My daughter knew her. My daughter, they weren't best friends, but they was in the same circle, so to speak. Came home, parked patrol car, went in and cooked breakfast for my wife and I. I'm trying to remember if my daughter was there at the time or not. But I fixed breakfast for my wife and I. We sat around, talked for a little while. She got ready to go to work.
What time she go to work?
She generally leaves.
Well, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Mr. Vitt, I'm Jennifer Thompson.
So we just lost the entire direct examination. Like, what in the hell was that? It did that little cut, and now it's to cross. So here we go.
Yes, ma'am.
So you were a police officer with the Camden Police, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also, or at the time in the past, you were a part-time at Tennessee Wildlife, is it
Yes.
TWRA
Yes, ma'am. TWRA. Yes, ma'am.
officer? And so you've been a police officer for years,
Yes, ma'am.
and you're trained to observe things, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're certainly trained to listen for people in distress.
Yes, ma'am.
And you would, while you may not have noticed cars, you certainly would have noticed something that was suspicious driving by, such as if someone had driven by at a really high rate of speed. Isn't that right?
I would hope to. We have several that go by at a high rate of speed from time to time.
And so you didn't notice anything that morning unusual.
No, ma'am. Like I said, I was in the house from 6 to 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Inside.
Now, you've given a statement about this before.
Yes, we talked.
Okay. Matter of fact, Josh Carter came out with the TBI and spoke to you in September of 2014.
Okay.
Does that sound about right?
I don't remember the name. I mean, I spoke to several people, agents throughout this time.
Okay. So, and as a police officer, you're familiar with the fact that you write up reports after interviewing witnesses.
Yes,
It's standard practice among law enforcement.
correct.
And so at that time, and you would agree with me that memories fade over time.
Correct.
At that time, when you gave that interview, you told the TBI agent that you were outside mowing your lawn sometime between 7 a.m. or you started at approximately 7 a.m. and
I'm sorry. I just want to pause and note, I think it's bullshit that a witness is coming in testifying as a layman and not having anything to do with his duties as a cop, his role as a cop, is on the stand in his uniform. Like, that to me is highly inappropriate. I would have argued that it's prejudicial, that it gives him, undue weight. He's not testifying about his police duties, so he shouldn't be wearing the uniform. But probably would have lost.
that time, and you would agree with me that,
I'm gonna
that you write up
connect.
reports after interviewing witnesses. And so at that time, and you would agree with me that memories fade over time.
Correct.
At that time, when you gave that interview, you told the TBI agent that you were outside mowing your lawn sometime between 7 a.m. or you started at approximately 7 a.m. and finished around 9 a.m.
Okay. I'm looking back. I mean, I'm pretty sure though. Like, I don't wait until she left. I normally do or
Okay.
did.
So it's possible then you're saying this report is wrong? If
I'm
it
saying
says 7 to 9?
I'm saying I may have been wrong on the 8 o'clock. It may have been 7 o'clock that I went out there and started mowing.
Okay, because memories fade over time.
Yes.
And even before that, though, you had shared with law enforcement the fact that you were outside that morning, hadn't you?
Oh, yes. Mhm.
Because as soon as you heard that Holly Bobo was missing, you knew that you might be a key witness or that you might be able to provide information to the police.
No, not necessarily, because I didn't know that she'd come through that area.
Okay. There were items that belonged to Holly Bobo that were found on your road, weren't there?
I've heard that. Yes, ma'am.
And so once you heard that, you recognized that you might have information that would be helpful in terms of the absence of information.
If I had information, yes, I would have definitely give the information.
Okay.
But unfortunately,
It's absent.
Correct.
There's no information to give. Is that right?
yes, ma'am.
Did you observe Jason Autry's testimony yesterday?
Bits and pieces of it.
And he had a different demeanor yesterday from the Jason Autry you know, didn't he?
I'm not really familiar with Jason Autry. I know of him, but never really been around him or spoke to him or anything.
Oh, I thought you had spoken to him before.
No, ma'am, not Jason Autry.
When you were out in the hall, you didn't say that he had a different attitude or a different demeanor yesterday than he has in the past?
No, I said he was very sharp yesterday.
No further questions.
What in the name of everything that is normal?
Yes, sir.
Why did this person just testify? And let's keep rolling because I got to go off camera a second anyway.
Next, your right hand, please. I will swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yes. Be seated. State your first and last name and spelling for the benefit of the court.
Randy McGee, RANDY, MC, capital GEE.
Thank you. Proceed.
McGee, what do you do for a living?
I install satellite systems, TV satellite systems.
And were you doing that in 2011?
Yes, sir.
And in what area did you do that?
Then probably 2 or 3 counties out here. At one time,
Speak up a little bit, please.
I would go like from Memphis to Nashville. That was years ago when I was a lot younger.
Years ago when you were a lot younger.
Yes, sir.
You might get a little closer to that mic.
Okay.
It's a hot mic.
Yours didn't move. Let me move this.
That's fine. There you go.
But that area in 2011 included Decatur County.
Yes, sir.
Did you have an occasion to install a satellite system or a cable system, Mr. Shane Austin, on Yellow Springs Road?
Yes, sir.
What did you do that morning?
Well, that morning, now it was just lunchtime or a little after when I got to his place. That morning, I had a service call, but I can't really remember what it was about.
And that was on April 13th, 2011.
Yes, sir.
And just tell the jury what you were going to do, Mr. Austin.
Oh, I was going to install a DirecTV D12 IRD receiver, 18-inch round dish. Just one room system. It's not that bad. Most time, a couple hours you can be through. Sometimes maybe it's 2 or 3 hours.
What time did you get started?
I'm going to say around lunch, maybe a little after. I'm not sure.
Mr. Austin present there at 30 Yellow Springs Road when you were installing that system?
Yes, sir.
Was there anybody with him at that time?
I didn't see anyone.
Did you have a chance to observe him and how he was acting or what he was doing?
I show him where I'm putting the dish. I'm getting the cable in the house, how everything's supposed to work. So mostly it's all the talking I do to a customer until I get through and I explain how to operate the system.
What was he doing while you were installing that system?
After I showed him about where the dish and stuff was and inside, he just stayed inside there. Was in the house.
Started drinking that morning?
Yeah, he had a beer in his hand.
You know how many beers he had?
No, sir, I have no idea.
Thank you.
Wow. That was like bombshell testimony right there. TV installer says man had beer. Okay. What's the cross of this guy? All right.
Now, the fact that you were going to come install television services for Shane Austin, that was planned in advance, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was. See, all my calls go to my store. My wife for her help takes all the orders.
I'm sorry, still having a hard time hearing you.
They call the store and order everything, and then they let me know my wife or the people who work for us.
So that day when you were working with Mr. Austin, you actually had to go back and get a chainsaw. It was kind of an extended ordeal to install that.
Oh yes, I see.
What's that
I live across 641, which is not that many miles from her, and it was just small trees. I'm saying something like that.
A small what?
Trees. Did you say something
Yes.
about chainsaw?
Yes.
I just knocked, I don't know, 2 or 3 down out of the way. And he said that was fine. And I said, you clean them up. I said, I don't mind getting them down so you have TV.
Okay. So when you got out there, and you think it was around noon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you actually, because it was a scheduled visit, you call in advance before you come, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. Usually, but that day I can't remember. Sometimes I can't remember if I did that day, but most time I always call before I get there. And half the time the people don't answer anyway, so I end up going.
And you had several telephone numbers at the time that you used for your business, didn't you?
Oh, What, you talking about the store numbers or?
Yeah, well, store, cell phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
mostly the store, my cell phone.
So one of the telephone numbers you used was 731-847-7813.
That's store, Tapestry.
That's the store.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you used 731-549-7532.
That's my cell phone.
And then you used 731-847-6070.
That's my home.
Okay.
Oh, great. Nobody called this guy.
And so those were 3 numbers that Shane Austin might have called you on in order to set up or discuss with you the logistics of getting his television installed, isn't it?
More than likely, it's going to be the Tapestry. That's where most people order anything. It'll be the 7813.
Okay. 7813, and that's the store number.
Yes, ma'am.
So you ended up installing, is it DirecTV?
Yes, ma'am.
Initially, you were going to do Dish because that's what Jimmy and Rita Austin had, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe they did. But it was probably too many trees because Dish Network hit more satellites and they're lower. The elevation is lower. Where just a little 18-inch Dish Direct hits only one satellite and it's a good 10 degrees higher elevation. So it give me a better chance of clearing the trees. There was, lots of tall trees around that place.
Okay. And so that day, let me just, because you say that the number most likely to have been called would have been 7813. And you called Shane that day to let him know you were coming, didn't you?
That I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Would it
So
refresh
if the
your
phone
memory?
records show that you called Shane?
Would that refresh your memory to look at the phone records? Come on.
Because actually, before he came, Shane had kind of called you a lot or was very interested in the satellite dish setup, wasn't he?
He may have called the store a lot. I'm very seldom inside the store. I'm out on jobs. Okay. I do all my own installs.
He's the guy. You need an installation out in that area of Tennessee. Call this guy. Seems amazing. Throws in a
So
tree
that
cutting
day,
down.
if there's a call from you, number 7338, I'm sorry, number 847-7813 at 11:22 a.m., that would sound about right, wouldn't it?
It may have been. It may have been my wife or our secretary calling and letting him know. Or, yeah.
That's
probably
the
one of
store
those.
number,
Yes, ma'am.
and that's a landline, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it would take you approximately, 20 minutes to get from downtown Parsons to Shane's trailer?
Yes, but I come from somewhere else that morning. I don't really remember where that place was.
Okay, so perhaps your family had, or like you said, someone in the office had
Yes,
called.
ma'am.
And then after you installed the satellite, Shane called multiple times because he was having some trouble getting it work, didn't he?
No, I don't remember that.
And so you have no memory of there being additional telephone calls between you two?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Call my cell phone number or store number.
Well, on April the 13th, 2011, at 1:41 p.m., Shane called your store number and had a 46-second telephone conversation. Do you have a-
I don't believe I was
Do you have
sitting
a
at
memory of
about
that?
1 o'clock.
Objection. She's asking what Mr. Austin did about calling the store that he's not at. I don't think that's a problem.
I don't have any problem with relevance as to the whole thing, but nobody's objected on relevance.
I'll check on relevance as well.
All right. Thank you.
Well, Your Honor, if Mr. Austin is making calls to Mr. McGee that day, that's relevant as to what he was doing.
Was he asking her? What'd she say?
You've been over and over and over. I'm going to let you go, but I'm having problems with this.
No further questions.
Wow. See, now that's the exact type of thing that this lawyer says she got exacerbated by, and she just threw up her arms and gave up. Now, yes, what she should have done is said, can you look at this and see if it refreshes your memory? If he called, your place of business or you at this time, then he looks at it and he says, and then he confirms, yes, that is, can you confirm that this is the phone number on this thing is yours? And he looks at it and he confirms. So at least the jury knows the calls were made. You know what I mean? He's going to say, but that might not have been me. But at least he can confirm that this call on this record is my number. I mean, he did it out loud, but I don't know that these records have been put in separately or not. I just would have done it that way. Try to keep going a little bit. But when the judge says something like that, then the jury thinks, well, this lawyer's stupid. She's putting in stupid evidence. She's doing stupid things. Even the judge said she was stupid and doesn't understand it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. So this is in line with what this attorney testified to some 9 years later, 8 years later, 9 years late, whatever it was, that she was kind of tore down come this trial. And when they pushed back, she gave up. And we're seeing it here. We're seeing it here. Because it is important to know what times Shane Austin, it's a different guy, Jason Autry, was at home and not running around with all these other guys witnessing people kill people. So there's that. And welcome, Chicago Zero. Thank you very much. Family hug from Bob. Next witness.
Repeated, state your first and last name and spell for benefit of the court reporter, please.
Brenda O'Brien, Brenda, O''Bryant.
All right, be seated. Proceed.
Ms. O'Brien, back in 2011, April 2011, where did your parents live?
3703 Cox Road in Holiday. It's the road that runs parallel to the interstate.
I'm going to ask you to lean forward because you're soft spoken.
Okay.
You want to be able to hear you. Will you give the address again, please?
3703 Cox Road
Oh,
in Holiday. It's the road that runs along the interstate.
This Cox Road, the area that your parents, property that your parents own, is it anywhere in the vicinity of an area that's known as Kelly's Ridge?
Sorry, Ed.
Kelly Ridge is basically directly across the road from their home.
And Cox Road, where at least your father's house was, is that sort of a small, narrow, windy road?
Yes.
And you said this Kelly's Ridge is directly across the street from your father's property?
Yes.
And what is Kelly's Ridge? What does that mean?
It's basically just a dirt road through the woods. There is a gate at the entrance.
Do people hunt there?
Sometimes, I think so. And
Did you say there is a gate at the entrance to this dirt road?
there is.
And will you describe that property that your family owned?
Let's see, it's a lot of wooded area.
All right, so I'm pausing this. Damn it. Spam risk phone call incoming. Because I remember some testimony, and I wish I don't know if we have like a lot of people in the chat right now who are like know all the facts about this case. But there was some testimony about someone when they were hunting that they pulled up to this area. I think it was like near a church or something, and there was a gate, or maybe it was something like that. So this says lived in the area, but it might be like lived in the property where they pulled up to. I'm just gonna take the lived in what out. How about that? And we'll just call her Miss O'Brien. All right, let's go.
It's a home with a shop and 3 ponds.
Okay, and these ponds, how far away from your home are they? Are they visible?
From my parents' home?
Yes.
Yes, very.
I want to draw your attention, please, to, well, let me ask you this. Do you know the Holly Bobo?
Yes.
And how did you know Holly?
She played on the same ball team with my daughter many years ago.
And would you say that you were close friends with her family or just acquaintances because your daughters played ball together?
Acquaintances.
Thank you, IW.
Do you remember on April the 13th of 2011 hearing that Holly was missing?
Yes.
Is that something that I guess you watched unfold with respect to searchers in the area and what people were doing to try and find Holly?
Yes.
Do you recall the weekend after she went missing, like that Saturday?
Yes.
Do you recall what you were doing?
I was at my parents' home.
And is that the home on Cox Road that's across from the Kelly's Ridge dirt road and gate?
Yes.
Was your father and other family members in the home, or were they out talking to searchers and trying to help?
My father and brother-in-law were in the woods helping them search for Holly.
And who was inside the house?
I was in the house with my mother and sister.
And did something happen which struck you as odd that you later felt like you needed to report?
Yes.
We did. Direct your answers to the jury, please, and tell them what happened.
I was in the kitchen with my mother and sister, and a silver PT Cruiser came up the driveway.
Can you hear?
Yes.
None of us were aware of who this person was. I went to the door, and a guy asked me if he could fish in the ponds. And my mother happened to be sitting at the table, right there, and she heard the conversation. And she said, well, really, I don't know that there are any fish in these ponds. We've had problems with otters, and we just don't really have any fish right now that I'm aware of. And
Well, what did you tell him? I mean, your mother chimed in, but did you tell him?
I told him that he would have to talk to my dad.
Okay. And what did this person respond?
And he asked where my dad was, and I told him that he was helping them search for Holly.
And what, if anything, did you notice about this individual's demeanor?
When I mentioned Holly, he became very stressed. He rolled his eyes, ran his fingers through his hair, just looked extremely stressed. And at that point, he said, okay, I may come back later. And he got in his car and he backed out.
Yeah, but maybe the guy just wanted to hunt.
That day, Saturday?
A few days later.
And why did you report it?
Because to me, it was just the way he reacted when I mentioned Holly.
Let me ask you this, in all the years that, as far as you know, the years that your parents lived there and you've been in and out, have anybody ever driven up your driveway before, come to your porch and said, can I go fish in those ponds?
Never.
And did that strike you as odd?
That was odd as well.
And you said he backed down the driveway and left?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't have any further questions.
Okay, so you actually sent an email to Officer Helm about what had happened, didn't you?
I emailed, I can't say who
Okay.
at the time.
You sent in an email explaining this very odd incident that had occurred.
Right,
Yes,
I'm
I did.
done.
And
done.
just to be clear about where this occurred, I won't get out a map. Let's see if we can do this as talking. Your parents and you also live on Cox Road.
Yes,
And Cox Road runs parallel to Interstate 40.
yes,
And it's north of Interstate 40.
yes,
And this Kelly Ridge Road that you're talking about kind of T-bones into Cox Road.
correct.
But Kelly Ridge Road has been blocked by a gate for years and years. Isn't that correct?
A few years.
It was blocked by a gate back in 2011, wasn't it?
I really can't remember that at that time. I can't remember.
So if there were testimony that was gated back in 2011, that would probably be accurate.
My dad actually built that gate, but
Yes.
I cannot say when.
Okay.
I really do not remember that.
And that area, your parents, so they live across the street, kind of in front of the T-bone where Kelly Ridge Road T-bones into it, don't
Yes.
they? Okay. And their property is then between Cox Road and the interstate.
Yes,
And at this point, they have done a lot of timber cutting back there where Kelly Ridge Road is. I mean, a lot of that area has been cut bare at this
Yes.
point, isn't that right?
And Your Honor, if I can just ask for clarification, when she says at this point, does she mean now, does she mean 2000?
I mean, currently, it's
And I would object to relevance as to what the land looks like.
relevant, Your Honor. If they're trying to imply somehow that Mr. Adams has dumped a body back in there, now it's clear cut. I can argue to the jury later that whole area has basically been mowed down. There's not trees there. There's not coverage anymore. People have been back in there working.
How it is now, I'm sustaining your objection on grounds of relevancy. You can ask anything about at that time.
Right, but it
I wrote, please.
Yes. No further questions.
Anything else? All right, step down, you're free to go. Please don't discuss your testimony, all right?
So what did you guys think of that testimony? Like, sorry, history. I was like trying to make the picture bigger and me smaller and who knows what. But I mean, I don't know. What did you guys think of that? What did that bring to the table for you? I'm also Oh, wait, sorry. Texting my kids about going to the zoo with the grandbaby tomorrow. Bob is going to miss it, so I'm sad for him, but I'm so excited. All right. Well, Real Happy answered me and says irrelevant in my opinion. Um, and Gina hates that Miss Thompson never gets to defend anything. It's like an issue, you know. I mean, who was the man? Yep. The judge was rude and the defense gave up. I mean, that's what we've got going on here. Next witness.
Before you go, or you can come back in the courtroom.
I think I may have sort of called you by the wrong name or something. Is it Angela Smith? There's also Angela Scott too.
Yes, it used to be.
Okay. And if I were to put them both together, is it Angela Smith Scott or Scott Smith? Scott Smith. Okay, so Angela Scott Smith. And you're gonna keep your voice up, okay?
Okay.
You may want to get closer to that microphone. You don't have to get around the point, but maybe a little closer. So we gotta be able to hear you right here. Okay. Do you know Jason Autry?
Yes,
How do you know Jason Autry?
me and him dated.
You and him dated?
Mhm.
And again, you keep your voice up a little bit higher, okay?
I just cannot hear her.
You're gonna have to speak up. You can use that mic, but we've got to be able to hear you, okay?
All right, voice up, okay? Voice up. Say something.
Hello?
Oh, congratulations.
You're still not loud enough. You might have to go where you feel like you're yelling.
Okay.
Talk to me way back here, okay?
Okay, this better?
This is better.
Okay.
You know Jason Autry?
Yes.
How do you know Jason Autry?
Me and him used to date.
Back in 2011, were you dating Jason Autry?
Yes.
With Jason Autry, you say you dated, would you ever spend the night at your house?
Yes.
Once in a while or frequently?
Frequently?
Was he supposed to be spending the night at your house?
No.
So tell me how y'all would arrange things.
He would park down the road at the convenience store. I'd go pick him up and take him back the next morning.
And what kind of car was he driving back then?
PT Cruiser?
And you'd come up there, pick him up, and take him back to your house.
Yes.
Y'all have a routine. I mean, that's a routine right there.
Yeah.
Hiding out his car, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you have a routine for how your days would go, which is spent together?
On days I worked, I'd take him back to his car. He'd go to work or whatever he was doing, and then I'd go to work and get off work and would meet back up and
Where were you working at?
Carhartt,
What were you doing at Carhartt?
sewing,
What time would you start working in the morning?
7 in the morning.
About what time would you drop him off at the convenience store?
Probably around 6:30.
Once you dropped him off, talking about a routine, and before I do that, do you have any particular memories about April 13th, 2011?
No.
Talking about this routine.
Mhm.
After you dropped him off to 30ish at the convenience store,
Yes.
would y'all stay in contact throughout the day?
Yes, we text a lot.
Y'all text a lot
Mhm.
in the mornings,
All day, pretty much.
all day? And when were you supposed to see him during the days?
On days he wasn't working, he'd bring me my lunch, and days he was working, I'd see him later in the evening.
He'd bring lunch to you?
Yes.
And I think y'all ate lunch about the worst place possible,
Health department
the health department.
in the parking lot.
Why'd y'all meet at the health department?
It was close to my work.
Is there a place y'all could eat there?
Just sit out in the car in the parking lot.
About what time was he supposed to meet you for lunch?
Around 11:30ish.
And then what would happen after that?
Eat lunch and go back to work.
And then the afternoons, when would you get off?
He was around 4:30 on most days.
And at that point, would meet back at the
Yes.
convenience store and then back to the house with the car, get out.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yes.
So that was the daily routine.
Pretty much.
Were there ever days that he didn't show up for lunch like he was supposed to?
Not very often.
Or were there days that happened?
Yes.
Days that he'd get himself in trouble with you?
Yeah.
Do you remember April the 13th, 2011, in particular?
No.
Do you remember anything about that day?
The only thing I remember is the Holly Bobo missing, the Amber Alert came across my phone.
Remember getting an Amber Alert?
Mhm.
Did you know any of Jason Autry's friends, people he hung out with?
Yes.
Did you know Zach Adams?
Yes.
Did you know Shane Austin?
Yes.
Did Jason hang out with those two?
Yes, he did.
Well, thank you, because we had no idea that happened.
Hello, Ms. Smith. I'm Jennifer Thompson.
All right. So the ex-girlfriend of Jason Autry has officially testified that Jason hung out with the defendant and the co-defendants. So there you go. And she doesn't know if they had lunch, but let's see. Because I think the defense make headway, some kind of headway with each witness. Sometimes it gets cut off and they don't get to finish a thought, but she's usually got something up her sleeve. So let's go.
I wanted to ask you, you had a cell phone back in April of 2011, didn't you?
Yes.
And your cell phone number was 731-441-1789. Does that sound right?
Yes.
And you had a home number. Your home number was, didn't you?
Yes, I think I did at that time.
It's 731-584-1064, wasn't it?
Yes.
And at the time that Holly, you've given a report, you've given statements to law enforcement regarding this case, haven't you?
All right, sorry. Let's just go back to the woman who lived in her parents' house. So did which guy drove the PT Cruiser? Because I did think that was a house where they said that they were like around that area. So that's why I thought it was of interest. But then I thought she might not have had described him enough. So who do we know? So we've got Melissa saying Autry testified that he asked to fish because he saw buzzards back there. So that ties the two of them together. And we just had the comment from Dawn who says he drove a PT Cruiser. I'm like, wait, which guy drove it? And DB answers Autry, as do many other of you. So that definitely ties those two together, and it gives, some credibility to at least some parts of Jason Autry's testimony. But I didn't really think is that, she's reading nerves related to Holly Bobo, her saying the words Holly Bobo, as opposed to him being irritated that there's not someone there that can give him the okay to go fish. Yes. So let's continue with the cross.
Yes.
Okay, you've given a report, you've given statements to law enforcement regarding this case, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, your first statement that you gave to law enforcement was in February of 2014, wasn't it?
I'm not sure on the date, but
It was several years after Holly had disappeared, wasn't
yes.
it? Okay. And at the time that you gave your first statement, you said that Jason told you right after Holly disappeared that she was his cousin, didn't
Yes.
she? Okay. And back in those days, Jason was a heavy drug user, wasn't he?
I didn't know how heavy, but yeah, I assume he was now.
No further questions.
Done. All right, you can step down, you're free to be excused, or you can come back to courtroom if you like.
All right, so she's going to use that later to establish he's on the phone with his girlfriend and wanted to get in that Holly Bobo was her cousin. That seemed to kind of sneak in, that's hearsay on hearsay. And, because Jason Autry said it outside of a courtroom to her, and now she's repeating it inside a courtroom. So I guess it's just regular old hearsay. Was outside of the scope and all the things and all that such, but there were no objections. And at least this judge, unlike anyone who's caught any part of the Afro Man trial, just waits. If the other side doesn't object, that's part of the rules. It's waived, buddy. You waived it. So judges shouldn't be chiming in to help one side or the other in a trial. Although when that happened with the last witness, the judge said, well, I didn't see the relevance. And the prosecutor said, well, I object to relevance as well. But here we go with the next witness. Things are moving around quite quick this morning. or that day.
Yes.
All right, so you'll be seated. State your first and last name and spell it. Court reporter.
Victor Wayne Dinsmore, Dinsmore.
I'm gonna raise this, Judge. The last one,
Okay.
this was shorter.
Okay.
And let me also say this, you're aware that mic is hot because you heard it.
Yeah,
That will
yeah.
amplify you where you can be heard.
Okay.
You might be aware of
Okay.
that. The other thing in courtroom setting, once you listen carefully to the witness, to the questions that are asked of you, respond to that.
Okay.
Don't volunteer information unless
Okay.
you think it's necessary to explain your answer.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm not asking for your address, but where do you live?
I live in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay, how long have you lived in Indianapolis?
5 going on 6 years.
Right, and who do you live with?
My wife
Prior to moving to Indianapolis, where did you live?
lived on Yellow Springs Road, Holiday, Tennessee.
Right, and you're actually, I'm not hearing you, so I'm gonna get you to lower the mic or just speak up, okay?
All right.
And where did you live prior to moving to Indianapolis?
On 1551 Yellow Springs Road,
And how long did you live there?
about almost 7 years.
And before I ask you about maybe some of your acquaintances that you have in Yellow Springs, let me just go ahead and get it out of the way. With respect to your background, you were convicted when you were 19 or 20 of a rape, I believe.
I was 23 years old.
And how long did you do?
I did 2 years in penitentiary.
And have you done other prison time?
No.
So I want to jump forward, if you will, to 2011 and ask, at that time, did you know an individual by the name of Zachary Adams?
Yes, I did.
You see him in the courtroom today.
Yes, he's there,
Would you point him out just so the judge sees you?
right there.
All right, for the record, the defendant.
And in addition to Zachary Adams, did you know his brother Dylan?
Yes, I did.
Did you know an individual by the name of Shane Austin?
Yes, I did.
Did you know an individual by the name of Jason Autry?
Yes, I did.
Did you know an individual by the name of Carl Stegler?
Yes, I did. Statler.
Stegler. Okay. I asked if you'd done any more time, and you said no, despite not having been caught. Were you selling drugs off and on back at that time?
Yes, my disability money, it wasn't a lot of money, and I was doing whatever I had to do to survive. I was actually selling a little bit on the side.
All right, and what did you sell?
Morphine.
And you said your disability, you have a significant
I've
injury.
had 7 back surgeries, so.
Despite being on disability and selling morphine on the side, you also appeared to have a pretty strong work ethic. You were working at that time,
All the time.
right? And what kinds of jobs did you do?
Basically any kind of remodeling.
Different people in the area, you know, pretty much on a project a good bit of time.
Yeah, about every week or so.
I asked about selling morphine. Did you or have you at that time ever sold morphine to the individuals that I asked if you knew? Adams, Autry, Austin.
Yes.
Ooh-wee.
Of those, were you closest to Zachary Adams?
Leading.
Him and Autry.
Yes. Yes.
So if Autry, at least in the beginning phases, if Autry wanted morphine, would he go through Zach?
Zach or Shane?
So those were the two that you had the most contact with?
Yes.
I want to draw your attention, please, to April the 13th, 2011. Do you remember what remodeling job, if any, that you were involved in at that time?
Yes, I was at Miss Dottie's home residence. I was redoing their garage and their kitchen. And I was in the garage at that time, finishing up the trim and painting the doors and stuff.
Right, everybody talks about Miss Dottie's. Who is Dottie?
Dottie's, they own a BP and a marina there right at the exit, and they're pretty well known right there. They're good people. So
Right. Is the name of it Dottie's Marine?
Dottie's BP and marina.
Okay. And you said right there at the exit. What exit?
Exit 126.
And that's off of 40.
Yes.
And she didn't live there, of course. So where did she live? Where was her house?
Miss Dottie's was right around the corner.
But not at the BP.
No.
Okay.
No.
But close to 126. Do you know where, of your own knowledge, where Zachary Adams actually lived?
Yes, he lived on 641, right up just down the road from Dottie's.
Well, I was going to ask you, how far from Zach Adams' house to Dottie's?
I could throw a rock there almost. It's not very far.
Okay.
So
And what about, you lived on Yellow Springs Road. You know where Shane lived?
yes,
Where did he live?
about a mile down the road.
Same road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wait. So I asked you to think back to April the 13th, 2011. You said you were doing this remodeling at Dottie's home.
Yes.
Do you recall an incident that happened in the afternoon of the 13th?
Yes, I do.
And will you direct your answers to the jury and tell them what happened?
I was inside the garage doing some work. The cleaning lady had showed up, Debbie,
her and I had talked a little bit. She went to work. I went back to work. And then Zach and Shane and Train pulled up in Dylan's truck. And they got out, and one of them came in. Zach asked me if I had a joint. And I said, yeah, I've always got one that I took to work. And I went out and smoked it with them. And within 2 or 3 minutes, there was Zach and Shane Austin were arguing and fighting. And I heard a few little spurts out of their mouth about who was going to hit it first. And I never even put it together at all. And I told them they couldn't do that there because this was my job and they had to go. So they loaded up and took off. Train actually kind of broke them up and they loaded up and took off. So.
And do you remember getting a morphine pill or Zach buying a morphine pill or Shane buying one for Autry? Wow.
Wait, is she trying to imply that who's going to hit it first, right after you secure drugs, is referring to sex with a unalive person? Is that what I guess I need to see where this is going, because I just don't know.
No, not there.
This fight, how much of a fight was it?
Jumping around, basically, swung at each other a couple times. One, I think Zach hit Shane, about blacked his eye. That's about all there was. So, and I went out, told them they couldn't do it. They had to go. So.
You said that they pulled up in Dylan's truck?
Dylan's Chevy.
Right. And what color was that truck?
Black.
And while they're on the property, does Zach make statements to you about speaking to your wife, going to your wife's house, and putting a car in your shop?
No.
He did not say?
No.
At any time did he tell you that?
No.
Has he ever hidden a truck in your?
Twice.
You ever had his Nissan?
Yes. That was a very short time.
But you don't recall him mentioning it there?
No, I don't remember him saying anything there. I was trying to get them out of there before Mr. and Mrs. Dr. Dottie showed up.
You recall, of course, being interviewed by law enforcement several years after this happened, correct?
Yes.
And in that statement, if you told the,
Your Honor, I object. I don't think he had said it. I don't understand what she's getting ready to do here.
no, wait, Mr. Dinsmore, till the lights are off and ask you a couple more questions.
Let's get one more roll, please. Wrong road. At the first break, I want some colored tape put on the appropriate breakers.
Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4.
Is there something to positively identify?
What are that color?
Okay, maybe,
Row 1, 2,
What's going on, guys?
while they're trying to do that, Mr. Dinsmore, go ahead and show the jury, if you will, where
row 1.
Positively identify. At the first break, I want some colored tape put on the appropriate breakers.
On the appropriate breakers.
Is there something to
He's like, he wants some tape on the appropriate breakers. It seems like there's some sort of technical difficulty.
positively identify?
What are that color?
okay, maybe,
Row 1, 2, 3.
while they're trying to do that, Mr. Dinsmore, go ahead and show the jury, if you will, where Yellow Springs Road is.
Yellow Springs Road
If
is
you'll use the pointer.
Yellow Springs Road is the road that's adjacent to I-40.
Okay,
This is Yellow Springs right there.
Yellow Springs is the very small road to the right of what appears to be 40.
Yes,
Okay, and you said there's my spread. Where did you live?
right there.
That's your driveway?
Yes, I had a horseshoe driveway that went up with an 1/8 mile straight back. So
Can you show me, even if you can't spot it, can you tell me where Shane Austin lived?
if you went right here, turn the corner, it's right in here by the church.
Now, it looks like a long distance, but you said it's actually about a mile away.
About a mile.
Now I'm gonna put the next picture up. All right, and you mentioned a horseshoe driveway.
Yes,
You'll show the jury what you're referring to.
right there is my horseshoe driveway, come in either side and come back to the property.
All right, and then if you'll show the jury which is the house and which is the shop.
The shop The house.
The red roof is the house?
Yes.
White roof is the shop?
Yes.
And is that the shop that Zachary Adams hid his grandfather's white Nissan in?
Yes. He hid the Nissan in the double door right there.
All right, thank you. And I take it that you indicated you do not recall there being a discussion about that Nissan on the day of the 13th, but that you know that truck was hidden in that
Yes.
shop
Yeah.
after Holly went missing?
Yes.
Okay. So you freely gave that information to law enforcement when they asked you?
Yes.
Now, lights can come back up. Do you recall,
You gotta train a new officer every day. Just walk it down on big stuff.
do you recall when you moved from that house and relocated to Indianapolis?
Yeah.
What, do you remember what month, what year?
It was going into 2012. It was 2012. I was out of there. I had to leave.
So sometime by the end of 2011?
Yeah.
All right. After Holly was missing, did you become aware of sort of massive searches in the whole area?
Yes, they came up and searched my barn, everywhere on my property too. So.
With their permission?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And when they came to search your barn and your property, I take it at that time the Frontier was not hidden in the shop?
No.
Okay. Did you allow them to go wherever they wanted to go?
It was already basically gone.
So my next question was, did you allow them to go wherever they wanted to go?
Yeah.
Did you continue to have associations with Zachary Adams, Shane Austin after Holly was abducted?
That's when they started going downhill. So
Now, when you say that, did you have an opportunity to observe Zach Adams in the days that followed the abduction? Now, listen, my question was, did you observe him? Did you see with your own eyes him?
No.
Was that unusual?
Yeah.
For what period of time?
2 to 3 weeks
And before that, how often would you see him?
every day.
What about Shane?
For the last couple months, every day I'd see him too.
And what about after Holly was missing?
He was still around. He was still coming around a little bit.
Do you recall within a relatively short period of time, a month or so, after Holly was missing, Shane bringing you a gun?
It was a couple months maybe after she was missing.
And of course, as a convicted felon, you weren't supposed to have a gun.
No.
Is that something he had done before? To trade drugs or?
Never a pistol.
Was it a pistol?
This time it was a pistol.
I want to show you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 180.
That'd be it.
All right, so this is huge testimony because this is the whole weird. They changed the type of gun, and now there's people who are now figuring ways to make the gun that was involved be the gun that was in their possession and the gun they found and da 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 da. So I'm sure it'll all come together on cross.
That's the gun.
That's the gun.
When he brought it to you, who was with him?
He had Jason Autry with him.
Of course he did.
And who did you actually do the transaction with?
With Shane. I didn't trust Jason, so
And was it for money or was it for drugs?
for pills.
And you couldn't go around carrying a pistol yourself.
No.
Even though you traded it.
I traded it because I thought I could make a profit off of it. So
Who did you give this gun to?
I gave that gun to my wife because of what happened to Holly to protect herself.
And your wife's name is?
Sandra Dinsmore.
And she's here as well, right?
Yes.
And you guys came in from Indianapolis a day or two ago?
Yes.
At some point, after you gave this gun to Sandy and before you moved to Indianapolis, did you tell her something?
Yeah, I told her that she needed to get rid of it.
And why did you, I asked her what she said, but why did you tell Sandy that she needed to get rid of that gun?
Because I was told if it had it from who it came from, there's a liable chance it had a body on it.
That.
Don't say what somebody told you.
Because I was afraid it had a body on it.
And when you use the term, you were afraid it had a body on it, what does that mean?
That means it had killed somebody.
That you told her to get rid of it for that reason?
Yes, I did.
Now, let's jump forward from, and that was before you moved to Indianapolis?
Yes.
So sometime in 2011?
Just right before.
All right. And after you told her that, did you ever see that gun again?
No.
Until very recently?
Very recently.
So let's jump forward from 2011 to 2016 or perhaps earlier this year. Do you recall having a conversation with TBI, not asking what was said, and with me?
Yes, I do.
Did you provide us finally with the information about where, or about your knowledge about this gun?
Yes, I did.
And again, can't say what Sandy said, but were you present when she gave information about where this gun could be found?
Yes.
And in response to passing on that information to TBI and to me, were you flown down to Decatur County with your wife?
Yes, we were.
Where were you taken?
We went out on off Holiday Road and helped them look for the gun in a creek along Holiday Road.
Okay, and how far is Holiday Road from Yellow Springs?
Probably 3 or 4 miles.
So 3 or 4 miles from where you and Sandy were living, is this John Holiday Road?
Yes, Joe Holiday.
Joe Holiday?
Yeah.
All right, so you said help them look. Were there a number of individuals out there?
Yes,
Did you go up and down the road?
yes,
Digging involved?
yes. Metal detectors.
Backhoe?
Yes.
On the day that you were here helping them search, was the gun found?
No, it was not.
After returning to Indianapolis, did you call and give additional information, a better description of where on that road you guys thought we should look?
Yes, after we came down, we saw that the road had been graded and everything was changed. And Sandy and I sat up a few nights and talked, and she figured out basically exactly where it was. And that's when we called.
Because everything was different in
Oh, yeah,
2017.
totally different. So
You said it had been graded, it had actually been repaved.
All right, guys, can anyone, probably shouldn't even be admitting this. I wish we had, our in-house experts on this case available today. I didn't even reach out. I didn't even share a link because this was decided kind of last minute. But I believe everything he's saying about this gun, other than like that there's a body on it, or maybe I don't know. He seems like what he's saying is truthful. Again, Cross is going to flesh all this out. So let me just shut up right now and wait.
Graded.
it widened, repaved, and they covered up everywhere where she thought the gun was.
Okay.
So
And after calling and providing that information, were you then shown photographs of this gun and then the gun?
yes,
Is there any doubt in your mind that this is the gun that
No,
you gave to your wife?
no doubt.
Any doubt in your mind that this is the gun that you bought or traded?
12 morphine pills for.
Mr. Hagerman pointed out that when I asked you about the fight at your house,
Yes,
or not your house, sorry, at Dottie's house,
yes.
that it was unclear who said, "I let you hit it." Whose mouth did that come out of?
That was coming out of Zach's and Shane's. They were talking about who was going to hit it first. And after all this came about, I figured out what they were saying. So
Well,
But there's no doubt in your mind that that conversation was between the two of them, not Jason Autry.
no, that was those two.
oh, so that is what they're trying to say. I put it together that that's what they're trying to say, that they were going to have relations with an unalived body instead of, because he says he takes the pill, he melts down the pill, and then shoots it. So, I mean, I don't know.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
That's the witness.
Yes, sir.
Right, Cross.
Mr. Dinsmore, I'm Jennifer Thompson. We've met and spoken, haven't we?
Yes,
So you have a federal immunity agreement in this case, don't you?
yes, I do.
And it's protecting you from any federal charges that you might get related to your testimony here today, isn't it?
I object, Your Honor. That's a mischaracterization. The immunity was against weapons or guns from back then.
For that year.
Yeah.
But what he would testify to today, such as owning weapons or guns. I think that's a clear characterization of it.
It's not for testimony.
No, it's for anything he admits to. He's immune from what he might admit to today.
Surrounding potential gun charges because of his testimony today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I think that's clear.
And I want to pass you up
Wait, but
My
make
best
him answer
copy
the
that I was-
question.
provided of your immunity agreement.
I see what you're passing.
unless it's necessary to make explanation.
I really didn't even want those.
Okay, so you didn't even want an immunity agreement. It's not a very good copy. It's very difficult to read, but
Those are exactly like what I've got.
okay. So I'd like to mark that then as an exhibit.
C-190.
And that's your federal immunity agreement, is that right?
Yes,
And you agree with me, it's very difficult to read the copy I was given.
yes. Need a magnifier.
And then next, I'm going to pass up to you. I'm going to pass up another item to you. This is a state immunity agreement.
Yep, same thing.
Okay. And it's not been executed, but I'm assuming you've executed an immunity agreement in this case. Is that right? I'm sorry. That's legal talk. You signed your immunity agreement, didn't you?
No,
So you didn't sign a state immunity agreement?
no.
You were offered one. Is that right?
I was given one.
And you recognize that paper is the one you were given?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to mark that as.
C-191.
So when you lived in the Parsons area in Decatur County, you lived at 1551 Yellow Springs Road, didn't you?
Yes.
And that portion of Yellow Springs Road actually faces the interstate, doesn't it?
Yes, runs parallel with it.
Okay. And it runs parallel with the interstate on the south side of the interstate, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And you're aware that Holly Bobo's personal items were found on either side of your home on the road? On Yellow
Yes,
Springs Road?
yes, I was very aware of that.
Okay. One was found to the west of your home, one was found to the east of your home, weren't they?
Yes,
And then your house, your road first it runs east-west, and then Yellow Springs Road actually takes a curve and kind of runs north-south at some point.
yes,
And down there, south side is where Shane Austin's trailer was back in 2011.
yes,
And you were fairly good friends with Shane Austin, Zach Adams, and Jason Autry at one time, weren't you?
Jason, not so much. Zach, I got kind of close to. Shane, so
They all three came over to your house at various times.
yes,
And so you initially gave a statement in this case in July 21st of 2011 to Officer Ricky Inman, didn't you?
yes,
And at that time, you expressed your frustration because you had heard that Zach Adams was using you as an alibi.
yes,
But you did not hear that from Zach Adams. That's what Ricky Inman had told you.
yes, he did.
And you then specifically said that you were not with Zach, Shane, or Jason on the day Holly disappeared, didn't you?
Yes,
You told him, as a matter of fact, that the fight that occurred happened a few days after Holly disappeared.
that was because I had my days mixed up because I had my wife in the hospital the next night, all night. So
At some point, you had actually told Ricky Inman your wife was in the hospital the day that Holly disappeared.
that's right. I had it mixed up.
And that turned out to not be accurate either.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, you personally do not have an alibi but for your wife as to the time that Holly was taken from her house, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Your wife is your alibi, right?
Mr. Dottie and Miss Dottie, I was at their house at 8:00 in the morning, working.
And that's what you're testifying to today, right?
Yes.
But they both passed away. They're deceased.
Mr. Doug, he's still alive. Miss Dottie passed.
In December of 2011, you implicated Michael Alexander as being a part of the burial of Holly Bobo's body, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
At one time, you were a pretty heavy methamphetamine user after Holly disappeared, weren't you?
After she disappeared, probably for about 2 months, and that's when I started weaning off.
At some point, you even sold your tractor and bush hog for money to buy meth.
No, I sold a tilling machine that I never used for my tractor, and that's when I knew I had to get away from the stuff.
Well, you told investigators that you sold your tractor and bush hog, didn't you?
No, I said I was to the point where I was selling farm equipment, and that's when I knew I needed to get off of it,
So if the investigators wrote that down, they just got the facts wrong.
I guess.
You used your home telephone number for the majority of your drug dealing, didn't you?
Yes,
And you were selling morphine to various people in the community, weren't you?
yes,
Your home telephone number was 731 847-7978, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that's a landline.
Yes.
And even though you're testifying you weren't that close to Jason Autry called you on your home phone number before Holly disappeared, didn't he?
Yes. That doesn't mean I was close to him though.
And he called you on your home phone number after Holly disappeared, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And Zach was calling you on that home phone number both before and after Holly disappeared, wasn't he?
Not much after Holly disappeared.
But if there were calls from Zach, let's strike that question. Now, I want to ask you about this white truck. When you gave a statement to Valerie Trout, you testified on it direct about the white truck that had disappeared.
Yes.
You gave that statement March the 5th, 2014.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And that was after Zach had been arrested on these charges, wasn't it?
Yes.
And you knew at that point they had already searched Zach's house and Zach's grandfather's house.
Yes.
Matter of fact, it had been on the news that they brought in backhoes and were doing all kinds of searches there.
Yes. They searched my property too. So.
And when you gave that statement, you said that Zach had hid his grandfather's truck, his grandfather's white Nissan. Is that right?
Yes.
But you specifically never mentioned that he had hid it at your house.
Yeah. He had, they're just trying to hide it from his grandfather. He told us. And
You didn't mention to Valerie Trout that the truck was at your house, did you?
she didn't ask.
Well, she was there to get as much information from you as
I'm
well.
going to object to speculation about what he
He
thinks.
can ask a question, he's been instructed to answer it. Don't make statements, just ask questions.
Well, at the time you were talking to Valerie Trout, you were wanting to be as helpful as possible. Is that right?
Still am.
And you had a fairly long interview with her, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you were at that time trying to provide her with as much information as possible.
As we started a month after it happened.
Now, you're aware in this case that there's a reward,
Money doesn't matter to me.
but you are aware that there's a reward.
I won't take it.
My question is not whether you
Yes,
take it.
I know there's reward. It's not about money.
And where you lived on Yellow Springs Road is less than 2 miles from where they found Holly Bobo's body, isn't it?
Yes.
At some point, you sold Jamie Darnell the house on Yellow Springs Road, and you did not own it, did you?
I had a acting legal contract on the house
Okay, you took money from Jamie Darnell for the house.
and sold it to him on a contract.
But it turns out that Jamie Darnell did not end up owning the house, did he?
No, because he stayed on methamphetamine and lost it.
You didn't give him his money back, did you?
No.
But you were buying it from somebody else at the time.
Pete Peterson.
Now, at some point, you tried to rape Jamie Darnell's wife, Danielle Beckham, didn't you?
Absolutely not true.
You were driving a black pickup truck in April of 2011, weren't you?
I had a black Ford old beater
Pickup truck.
pickup.
At another point in time when you were giving an
Uh-oh.
interview, you claimed to have purchased a
There was I think one of the black Ford pickup is in the room. That was something that somebody saw drive by. You guys in chat, remind me, was the black Ford pickup the truck that some witnesses say they saw a girl with blonde hair wearing pink, or is that a different vehicle? And I'll put up the answer here. I'll keep a lookout for what you guys are saying. And put it up.
22 from Shane Austin that was
Oh,
used to
let
kill
me
Holly Bobo.
move back here. We're getting to the gun.
At another point in time when you were giving an interview, you claimed to have purchased a 22 from Shane Austin that was used to kill Holly Bobo, didn't you?
I told them that I knew where the 22 was if that was the caliber rifle that killed Holly Bobo.
As a matter of fact, before you came up with this 32 that we're here on today, you suggested several other guns that you thought might have been involved in the murder of Holly Bobo.
Yes, I did.
Okay. And that some of that was before her body had been discovered, wasn't it?
Yes.
And before it was known that she'd been shot.
Yes.
Wow.
And you also said that you knew where a shotgun was that might have been used in the murder of Holly
Still
Bobo.
do.
Still does. just because you know where the guns are doesn't mean these are guns relative to this. I know where all the guns are.
Now, you've given multiple statements in this case, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Matter of fact, when we go back to where the gun was found, you initially said that Jason Autry sold you a 38 or a 357.
I wasn't sure really back then until I saw it. So
Okay, so once you saw the gun that they brought to you and said, this is the gun,
the handle's what keyed me in,
That-
the grips. So
that's how you knew that
I knew
this was
right
the
away.
gun. Okay, so, but initially, when they came to you in February of this year, you said that it was a 357 or a 38, didn't you?
yes, I did. I thought it could be.
Well, you were pretty clear it was one of those two kinds of guns, weren't you?
I wasn't sure.
And you specifically said it was an American-made gun, didn't you?
Don't think so.
So you at some point spoke to my investigator in this case, didn't you? Amber Tree?
Yes.
And you even spoke with me and my investigator by telephone at some point, didn't you?
Yes.
And at that point, you said that the gun was American-made when you spoke to us by the phone, didn't you?
I thought it was.
So that's a yes. You did at some point say it was an American-made gun
I could have. So
because you thought it was an American-made gun. Isn't that right?
sold in America. Most of them I think are made in America, but not.
But you just now said you thought it was an American-made
Yes,
gun.
I did.
And then Brent Booth came to talk to you. Well, first of all, they flew you down here sometime in February to try to find the gun that you had disposed of. Is that right?
I didn't dispose of it.
Right?
Your
Come on.
wife disposed of it.
Yes.
Okay. And they actually brought you down to Joe Holiday Road to look for it.
Yes.
And you were there with your wife when she's trying to show them where the gun was.
Yes.
And initially she said that she had buried it on the side of the road on Joe Holiday Road.
Right by the creek.
Okay. And you were there when they dug up Joe Holiday Road, weren't you?
I was there when the metal detected and took poking rods and went down, but not as the initial backhoe digging. They did that at another date.
Okay. And they weren't able to find it, the gun.
No.
All right. So this witness was like, holy shit, you know, just in case these guys were involved, I got this gun from these guys. I'm going to hide the gun. I mean, I think that happened, that he buried his wife, buried a gun, and then his wife showed the police where the gun was. What reason he had for burying the gun, and if it was, or for suggesting she bury the gun, you know, come on now.
Okay. And then you continued to think about where it might possibly be, didn't you?
My wife and I. It had been a little bit of time since she got rid of it. So
Yeah, because you guys moved out of town.
everything there
Got out
changed.
of town.
Everything there changed?
By the road. Everything.
Oh, well,
So-
it's still the Joe Holiday Road, right?
Yes, but it was about 6 feet wider and about 2 feet lower and paved. It was gravel. So it's totally different.
Okay, so, but it still comes out and deadheads in T-bones into Bible Hill.
Bible
Road.
Hill.
Okay. And there's still a creek next to it, as there was back in 2011. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you spoke with law enforcement, then they were unable to find it, the gun.
Unable to.
And then at some point, Brent Booth went back to talk to you in May of 2017, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And were you aware that that conversation was recorded?
Yes.
And you met him in the parking lot of a sporting goods store.
Yes.
And you actually got in his car. Your wife got in the car and you were talking to him.
Yes.
And so at that point, and this is Special Agent Brent Booth with the TBI, isn't it?
Yes.
And at that point, he proceeded to tell you what.
I'm going to object to what Brent Booth proceeded to tell you.
Sustained.
Okay, I'm not going to say what he said. I'm going to just.
She literally just said, at that time, Brent Booth proceeded to tell you. If
Fact.
there's a
All right,
question,
then make your question, be aware of the hearsay objection, please.
Facts that Jason Autry was going to testify to at trial.
it's, Your Honor, that's exactly what you just sustained the objection on.
I didn't say what the facts were. I didn't quote him.
Go ahead, man. Let's pick this up, okay?
He told you facts that Jason
Ah.
Autry was going to testify to at trial, didn't he?
Ah,
Not the facts. He didn't tell me what he was going to say.
He most certainly did tell you what he was going to say.
Well, clue me in.
So.
oh my gosh.
He told you, well, first of all, he told you that Zach had taken his truck and parked it, that Jason Autry was going to testify that Zach had taken his truck and parked it in your garage. Didn't he tell you that?
Yes, he did, but we already knew that.
Okay.
So-
And at that time, you said no, that the truck wasn't there, that his truck was absolutely not in your garage, didn't you?
Yes, but I had to put two and two together because he had two different trucks at my property, hiding both of them.
You said, I know he didn't hide that damn thing in my pole barn, didn't you?
I probably said that when I thought that he had the body of Holly Bobo in the back of that truck. That's the first thing that went through my mind.
But you initially told Brent Booth that no, the truck was not at your house, in your shop.
Yes, I did tell him that until we started figuring things out.
You said, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't at our house, bud. Man, no way, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And then he started to ask you, could he have done that, and you just not know it?
That's basically about what happened. It was through my wife.
And you said, no, I know it's not going to matter, didn't you?
I guess I did.
And you talked about how the fact that Zach Adams had borrowed a brown truck from you,
Yes.
so that he could go to Decaturville.
Yes, that's where the mistake's been made.
And you said that's the only time he had left his truck at your house, was when he borrowed your brown truck.
Yes.
And but that was not the day that Holly Bobo disappeared, was it?
No.
Okay. And then you said, I know he didn't hide the damn thing in my pole barn. Now he might have parked it outside, beside my pole barn and let it be there for a minute, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And that's where I was mistaken at. After my wife and I talked, we figured out it was in the pole barn, but not a very long time.
Mm.
And then Brent Booth tells you again, well, according to Jason,
No.
according
I thought she said, I'm not going to read facts about what Brent Booth told him. If she has a question about whether he made a statement, that's the way she's supposed to ask. She's not supposed to just read it. I'd love to read.
Objection sustained.
Ugh.
I'm not entering it for the truth, Your Honor.
Please don't argue. You've been asking questions as to whether he made that statement.
Right. Did you say?
After you denied it the first time, Brent Booth went ahead and reaffirmed with you information about what Jason Autry was going to testify to, didn't he?
This is after my wife and I sit down and talked. We had to put our heads together. It was a few years back,
Right, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this very same day. This is May the 18th, 2017, when he came up to visit you.
Yes.
And then once again, you go through this, and then you begin to change your memory, don't you?
Judge, I'm sorry. She's testifying and telling him that he's changing his memory.
This is
You've told her
no.
3
Fuck
times.
off.
If there's a question, to ask it.
That's a question.
As a comment.
You changed your memory, didn't you?
That's a question.
Okay, ask the question.
You began to change your memory, didn't you?
After my wife and I talked, some things came back around and she mentioned some things that reminded me of things that happened.
Yeah, but by the time you finished talking to Brent Booth,
Why doesn't the prosecutor just stand up and start saying some shit again? She's like, oh, that's not a question. That's absolutely a question. And she could be saying, did you tell the prosecutor, da, 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 da? No. Do you recall telling the prosecutor, da, 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 da? Either one. And then she can either impeach him or she can refresh his memory. So I don't know. This prosecutor, she gets her, well, we all know what she does and how she is. We don't approve.
that day, you had recovered that memory, hadn't you?
That was before that. We just told him that.
Okay, so what you're saying now is you had already recovered the memory that Zach had put his truck in your shop, but you started out slow with Brent Booth and just were telling him, no, he hadn't put the truck there.
I wasn't sure at first, like I said, until my wife and I talked. And that's when we figured out, yes, it was there. And my daughter confirmed it. So
I'm not understanding. When did you and your wife talk? Before or after Brent Booth came to talk to you on May the 18th?
we talked
2019?
before, after, we talked last night. We talked on the way to the court this morning.
But when did you and your wife talk about the fact that that white Nissan truck was parked in your shop?
Before, Brent came up.
Before Brent, and
Yeah.
it was at that time before Brent came up that you had then realized that yes, in fact, the white Nissan was parked there.
Yes, but I just didn't remember him saying they had to move some tires out. I had a big shop. I didn't think there was any reason. But then my wife clued me in and said, yes, they moved tires. And then I remembered I had some tires off of a van that I had strapped the van. And I kept the wheels and tires laying in the way.
Okay, so initially when you said no way, there's no way that truck was in my pole barn. First of all, when you say pole barn, you're referring to the shop, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So initially when you said no way, there's no way that truck was in my pole barn, you were simply referring to the fact that the tires had not been moved?
No, I was referring to the fact that it was in my pole barn, but I didn't remember them moving no tires. So that's what had thrown me off. The fact that he has black truck there for probably 2 weeks hidden. And I mixed those two up. So that's why I said he had one outside, but he did have his white truck on the inside.
So just to be clear here, when you're saying this, you say, when you say, and I know he didn't hide the goddamn thing in my pole barn.
I don't use GD, so I didn't say that.
I'm sorry. It says, I know he didn't hide the damn thing in my pole barn. When you said that, that is your way of conveying that, yes, the truck had been in your pole barn, but you did not know that he had moved the tires.
You're trying to cross me up here.
Right. So what did you mean when you said, and I know he didn't hide the damn thing in my pole barn?
I was pretty sure they didn't until we talked, my wife and I and our 17-year-old daughter.
So when you said that statement there on May the 19th, you still haven't remembered yet that the white Nissan truck was in fact in your pole
No, we
barn.
had talked and remembered. That's why I told him.
Then why did you say, if you had remembered it was there, why did you say, and I know he didn't hide the damn thing in my pole barn?
I think it was kind of because I was nervous of them trying to involve me.
Okay, but at this time, he had already brought you your immunity papers, isn't that right?
Yes, and I did observe Shane Austin's immunity get taken from him too. So
They had given you immunity papers and I guess he brought letters with him when he came to visit you in February of 2017, didn't he?
yes,
Letters.
yes.
Okay. And so, so at this point, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to be clear. At this point, you knew the truck had been in your barn, but you were nervous to say that to Brent Booth.
Yeah, kind of. After things that from Holly were thrown out in my driveway, yeah, kind of. Anybody would be.
And you recognize as having a rape conviction that you were a suspect in the Holly
Oh,
Bobo.
I knew right away when you have this kind of conviction, you're always aware of your surroundings and your times and where you've been.
Okay. And then you go on to have a further conversation. Mr. Booth communicates to you that,
Your Honor,
and I'm not presenting this.
may I finish? Cross-examination is great, but you gotta ask questions. She's literally reading and saying what Mr. Booth said, so-and-so, and not asking a question. It's not.
Form a question.
It's a question, Your Honor. If I make a statement and then say, isn't that true? That's a question.
You
That's
can
a leading-
ask if he said something.
Well, and first I want to communicate something that Brent Booth said, but it's not asserted for the truth of the matter because we're actually going to be able to show that what Brent Booth told Mr. Dinsmore is not true. So I want to communicate now something that Brent Booth told Mr. Dinsmore, but not for the truth of it because it's not actually a factual statement.
Ask your question.
Okay.
You need to pick it up a little. Okay.
Mr. Brent Booth told you that Dick Adams had even said that the truck was hidden at your house.
I don't remember him saying that.
If there's a recording of it and that's what's in the recording, then it would be accurate.
Yeah, I still don't remember that though.
Okay. And then you said, now what truck are you talking about, didn't you?
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 trucks on that property.
And Brent Booth told you the little old white Nissan Frontier, didn't he?
Yes.
And then you said, see, and isn't this right that you said this? See, they're telling you something that ain't right there because that white truck wasn't stored at my house. I'd tell you if it was.
Yeah, I would. I had to have my memory jogged by my daughter and my wife.
Okay, so at that point, are you making that statement because at that point your memory was the truck had not been there, or because you were afraid to tell the truth?
My memory thought that the truck wasn't there, and I was a little nervous. But you got to remember that was 6 years ago. Lots happened since then, and it took a little bit of my daughter, especially my 17-year-old daughter, reminded me. Yes, it was there, Dad. I saw them come get it. So.
And then at this point, you agreed, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, didn't you agree that the truck had been hidden in Decaturville? The white Nissan had been
That's
hidden
what I
in
thought.
Decaturville?
That's what I thought.
Okay, you thought that the truck had been hidden in Decaturville, didn't you?
I wasn't sure. I figured that's where it was at.
Okay. And so Brent Booth goes on to tell you that what'll be testified to was that they had to move 4 rims to get the truck into your pole barn. Didn't he say that to you?
Yes, he did.
So he's the one that first suggested that they had to move the rims to get the truck in, didn't he?
Yes.
That's not a memory that you came up with first, is it?
No, my wife had it.
No, that's not a memory your wife.
I object. Now she's just
Don't
arguing.
argue with the witness.
Okay.
Don't argue with the witness. Come on now.
And it's at this point that you say, don't you? My God, he might have now, Brent, damn it, referring to whether or not Zach Adams had hidden a truck in your.
Yes, I did say that.
Okay. So at this point, the memory is beginning to come back to you. Is that right?
Yes, you got to consider I blocked a lot of stuff out.
And you blocked it out because you were using so much meth. It's hard.
No, I blocked it out because they tried to snatch my daughter too.
Your Honor, I object to that. That's not responsive.
Just answer the question. He was making an explanation.
Can you?
Remember our bench conference earlier?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's go.
I'm asking for a curative instruction that the court.
She asked the question. She doesn't like his answer about why he blocked it out. The question was, and you tried to block it out for this reason or that. And
Let's
he said
move
no.
on.
Well, without a curative instruction, I want to address this. Now, that's not something that you reported to law enforcement at the time that they tried to grab your daughter, did you?
Yes.
You made a call and reported that to law enforcement?
Yes.
At the time?
Yes.
Okay. And so once you begin to recover your memory, then you say, oh, it's the black truck that was hidden in your garage, don't you?
Oh, no, I didn't say the black truck was in my garage. The black truck was sitting by my shop, back by the trees, so nobody could see it for about 2 weeks.
But you at some point say, oh, it's the black truck.
I
that
thought
was
it
in
might
your
have been the black truck that they were talking about, but it wasn't.
Brent Booth tries to get you to be more specific,
I'm sorry, is that a question?
doesn't he? Brent Booth tries to get you to be more specific about the car. He was wanting more details about the truck being at your house, wasn't he?
No, he wanted the truth.
At some point then you say, that son of a bitch, yeah. If that's me, what I say, yeah, they had that truck there. And the wheels they had to take off or move. Didn't you say that at some point?
Yes, I did.
And then confirming what you say, Brent Booth confirms that it's the white truck that would have been there. And you say, no, that was the black truck, didn't you?
That's because I was mistaken.
Okay, because at that point you have
Oh,
the memory
Lord.
now that it's the black truck that's in the driveway.
The black truck was in my yard for a couple of weeks. That's why it was solid in my head.
And so then you say, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, the black. The black truck was at my house. The white truck, I don't ever remember being parked at my house, Brent. I'm talking about the black truck. I definitely remember being at my house, sitting right outside by my house, but the white truck, I don't remember. So it might, you said that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So at some point now you've admitted that a truck's there, but you're saying it's the black truck that's there, and you deny that the white truck was parked at your
At
house.
that time, I didn't think that I didn't remember the white truck being there.
And then you say, well, it might have been, man.
Yeah.
And then you're beginning to. So at this point, you changed what you were saying, don't you?
No, I didn't change it. I knew that I needed to get my memory jogged with my wife.
So at some point, it becomes that your memory is of what other people are telling you, not of which truck was actually, or if the truck was actually at your house, is it?
Not by what people are telling me, by people saying stuff that jogs my memory and brings it back.
So people are saying things, and that's what's jogging your memory. Is that
My
right?
wife and my 17-year-old child.
And Brent Booth is also jogging your memory.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
And when you're initially asked if they came over and bought morphine from you on the day Holly disappeared, your initial reaction was, no, that did not happen.
No.
Your initial reaction on the 17th of May when Brent Booth is asking you was that, no, that didn't happen.
No, they came to see if I had a joint so they could get down off the meth was what they were doing.
Okay. So they weren't there to buy morphine from you. Okay.
I didn't have any.
Okay. And when you're talking to Brent Booth about somebody trying to take your daughter, you actually say it's one of the Piercy brothers, didn't you?
Yes, my wife looked on the paperwork, saw his pictures, and identified him.
That's complete collaboration.
Well, I think that that's important because today he's saying it's Mr. Adams.
He did not.
Wow.
He said, Dave,
They're
I
associates.
was listening. He said, Dave, let's cut this off.
Okay.
He did not say who Dave was.
Now, you also talked to Brent Booth about the gun that you disposed of that you got from Jason Autry, didn't you?
That I had my wife dispose of. I got it from Shane.
Okay. Your wife disposed of it because you suggested that she dispose of it, didn't she?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And at first, you told Brent Booth also that it was a 357 or a 38, didn't you?
Yep. I wasn't really sure what it was.
And even though it's your wife that was disposed of it, you were spending a lot of time telling Brent Booth about where it was, didn't you?
Yes.
I mean, instead of Sandra Dinsmore, your wife, saying it, you were the one that was telling Brent Booth.
Yes, she's my wife. I knew what she did with it.
Okay. And at that point, you even say that and Brent Booth also came back and talked to you the next day too, didn't he? May the 19th, 2017.
He's been by a few times.
But he came to talk to you in Indianapolis, and he came 2 days in a row in May of this year, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He came back the next day just to make sure that he had, he specifically came back so that he wasn't the one putting words in your mouth, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. And when you were talking to him, you told him that you had an old 32 that you had thrown in the lake at your cousin's house, didn't you?
It wouldn't shoot, and the cylinder kept falling out, so I threw it away.
Okay, so
That's why there was a mix-up with the guns.
okay, so as a coincidence, you had a 32 in the past.
The 2 years before.
Okay, 2 years before Holly disappeared.
Yes.
Okay, and you didn't like the gun, so you decided to get rid of it,
It was junk.
and so you decided to throw it in your cousin's pond.
Yes, I wouldn't sell it to anybody.
And what was your cousin's name?
Leida and Raymond Bowen.
And they have a kind of a cow pond or a little.
Yes, a halfway dried up Tennessee pond.
Okay, and that's where you put the 32 pistol, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, and so when you were talking to Brent Booth about where the pistol went in the creek there on Joe Holiday Road, you specifically said that, now that's not the 32 that I put in my cousin's pond, didn't you?
I said, I don't know if that's the 32 that I threw in the pond or what it is, but my wife got rid of it. So
No, you said, now there was another gun, a 32 that I put in the pond, didn't you?
Yes, I just said that.
Little blip, it looked like. I don't know what
Now,
happened.
during the time that you knew Zach Adams, he had been to jail for various different reasons, hadn't he?
Yes.
And even after Holly Bobo disappeared, Zach Adams had been in and out of jail at different times, hadn't he?
Yes.
No further questions.
For the direct.
Now, this Mark, are you aware that 38s and 357s are, for the most part, revolvers
Yes.
and could be frequently mistaken for the size, shape?
Objection, Your Honor, this is speculation about what frequently happens.
Could
You
one,
can ask the question.
could one be mistaken?
Very, very easily.
Okay. Is there any doubt in your mind that this gun that I'm holding up, previously marked as Exhibit 180, is the same gun that you traded pills for Shane Austin?
$60 worth of morphine pills.
Is there any doubt in your mind that this is the
Not-
same gun
not
that you
at all.
gave to your wife?
Not at all.
Any doubt in your mind that this is the same gun that you told her to get rid of?
No, because she bitched about carrying it in her purse because it was too big.
Now, did you pick up on the fact during the cross-examination that Ms. Thompson is perhaps trying to make it sound like you are responsible for the rape of Holly Bobo?
Absolutely. I felt that from the beginning.
So, and she even asked you about items thrown very, very close to your house.
Yes, that's what got my attention because I was convicted of that from 1985. And you're very aware of things like that. And it pissed me off, to be honest with you. And my beepers were up, my antennas were up after that.
Despite the fact that you have a conviction for rape, despite the fact that you lived off of Yellow Springs Road where some of Holly's things were thrown, on the morning that Holly disappeared, were you not greeted by Dottie, who's now deceased, her husband, at their house and allowed into their property?
Yes, I was. And by 9
Objection
o'clock, the
leading.
cleaning lady showed up.
And the
and was there.
cleaning lady, though,
Debbie.
she's not deceased, is she?
No.
And you talked to her
Yes, I did.
for on and off for several hours that
All
morning.
morning.
Yeah.
All morning I talked.
She's a talker, isn't she?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And she was there and knows exactly where you were.
Yes.
Well, then where is she? We're going to hear from her next?
You were also, Ms. Thompson went from trying to perhaps make it out that you were the rapist to maybe you're giving this information because there's a reward. You heard those questions?
Yes.
All right. So, to follow up on that, and I'm sorry to ask about something difficult. Was your son, murdered?
Yes.
How old was he? Your Honor, I object to relevance.
Collateral.
Your Honor, it goes directly to why he sat there and said, I wouldn't take a reward. I know this about him. I didn't bring it up, but he has voiced that.
All right, go ahead.
I didn't do this for the money. I know how Mr. and Mrs. Bobo felt.
Your son was murdered.
And I wanted to help any way I could.
Maybe a little too much then. Maybe a little too much.
Need a second?
I'm okay.
See, this is what happens when police convince witnesses, potentially, I can't say what happened here, but when police convince people that they have the right person and they need more evidence, then people go out of their way to muster up whatever they can to help. Is that what's going on here? I mean, could be any number of things.
A lot of questions about the white truck. I know it's been 6 years. But when TBI came to you less than 3 years after it happened, okay? In March of 2014.
I don't know. It seems real to me.
Did you make the statement?
Objection leading.
Zach hid his grandfather's white Nissan post-abduction.
Yes, I did.
Did you tell them that Zach told you the truck was hid because of an arrest Zach had been involved with where Park Police caught him with meth and Zach tried to run over them in that truck?
Yes.
Wait a minute. What about all this prosecutor standing up, screaming and yelling on cross, mind you? Now she's testifying. She's just reading his words. Where's the question? Now the judge has got no issue with this, that what she's doing right now to her own witness, where there are more limitations on how you can question them and not lead them and not give them the answers that you want.
Is that the reason he gave you for hiding the white Nissan in your truck, in your shop, post-abduction?
Yes.
Now, you have been confused clearly about different times that he has hidden trucks at your house.
Mm-hmm.
Did that happen multiple times?
The white truck, buried just a couple days.
One time?
One time. I
Post-abduction.
never saw that truck after that.
My question, post-abduction, meaning after. Holly was abducted.
After.
And despite what you may have told the defendant's investigator, despite the confusion that you voiced to Brent Booth, that closer in time, was your memory better?
Yes.
Was the white truck in your shop post-abduction?
Yes, it was. Very short time though.
Do you have any personal knowledge about Zach's familiarity with the woods around that area?
He knew his way around the woods like the back of his hand.
Did you make the statement in 2014?
Here we go again. Here we go
You had
again.
complete command of all the surrounding woods.
Yes,
Is that true?
yes. He knew every nook and cranny and corner.
Do you recall being at a party in with your wife at Jan Carrington's
Yes,
and outside the party?
yes.
Do you remember Zach appearing at that party
Out of the woods
and surprising everybody
and just snuck up on everybody
from the woods?
from the woods.
One moment, Your Honor. The gun. Oh, and the immunity. You told the jury you didn't ask for the immunity, correct?
No, I did not.
Didn't sign the immunity,
No,
just were presented with letters of immunity.
I doing my helping at any risk. I told you guys that.
You did.
Yeah.
Were or are you even aware that statute of limitations had run?
No, I did. That was no concern of mine.
There's been, I don't have anything else, Judge.
Further trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Dinsmore, I know this is a sensitive subject for you, but your son died several years before Holly died, didn't he?
2007, December 23rd.
And it was initially ruled as suicide by law enforcement, isn't it?
Yes.
And so they're not pursuing any type of investigation in the matter.
No, they're not going to because of my past.
And I also wanted to ask you, you have the past conviction for rape, and it's not a statutory rape, it's a regular rape charge, isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
And you do not register as a sex offender, do you?
Don't have to.
Yes, he
And when
doesn't.
you come to the state of Tennessee, even though the state of Tennessee requires people with rape convictions to register as a sex offender, you did not register.
Nope.
Okay. And they've not pursued any type of federal or state charges against you for your failure to register, have they?
No.
And then when you travel interstate, you didn't have to, or you did not, you failed to go register with the county where you're staying, the sheriff's department telling them that you had crossed state lines
Don't
as a
have to.
sex offender.
My stuff's a quarter of a century old.
You've not specifically been removed from the sex offender registry, though, have you?
Yes, I have.
It was not adjudicated.
Indianapolis.
I pulled those records. There's no record of adjudication. There's no record of adjudication in Indianapolis, Indiana
That's funny because if you pull the Indiana Sheriff's Association sex registry up, it'll tell you I don't have to register anymore. It's too old.
No further questions.
When you were flown down here, who were you with all day long?
Police.
TBI.
TBI.
And other police. Are you aware that TBI is who keeps the sex offender registry for the state?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I checked the sex laws before I moved to Tennessee.
And that's all.
Done.
Yes, sir.
All right. You are released at this time. You are not to discuss your testimony with anyone, not even your wife or the officers or anything. You're not discussing testimony with given here. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We're, I hope I can break up witnesses when I can. We'll start back in.
County and to where?
Over the cell, what was going on, told him to head that way.
What? They didn't even tell us who it
And-
is.
Terry and I conversed over the cell phone en route through Decatur County.
Decatur County and to where?
Decatur County is Lexington's neighbor to the east. It's about,
Where were you going? Where were you going in Decatur County?
I was going to 681 Swan Johnson Road in the Darden community. It's a small community just west of Parsons, east of Lexington. It's about 25 minutes from my house, maybe 20 minutes from Lexington on 412 East.
Was it a community you were familiar with?
It is.
Did you know people who live there?
I do, and I have. I've got friends and family there. My father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, his mother-in-law go to church there in Corinth in the Darden community with the Bobo family.
Did you know the Bobos at all at that point then?
No, I didn't.
You ever been to Swan Johnson before?
If I had, I didn't remember it.
So you're en route to Swan Johnson. Tell us about when you get there.
I arrived there at approximately 9:15. Agent Dicus was vehicle right in front of me. We arrived, there was a large number of people. We estimated 100 to 200 maybe lined the roads.
You ever seen something like this before?
No,
What kind of
not
people?
in our community, not in that community.
Who are all these people?
Friends, neighbors, family.
Were there people searching already?
When I drove up, I saw the Decatur County Sheriff's Office personnel there. Ricky Inman, Sheriff White was in the front yard. Henderson County's TAC unit, Captain Jeff Middleton, his unit was up on the hill on the edge of the woods with a dog. They looked to me, what do we do? And I motioned, directed them, go. They went into the woods where it was reported that she was taken. Terry Dicus went up to the house, behind the house, to secure the crime scene with assistance of Decatur County Sheriff's Office personnel. Karen came down the hill with Ricky Inland, and I talked to her, got Holly's information. The Fusion Center, which is our intelligence division in Nashville that handles getting out Amber alerts, getting out missing and endangered person alerts. They coordinate all of that. I had them on the phone. We were coordinating getting Holly's photo information out. We were ascertaining what she knew, the facts and what happened. Clint, her brother, was there. I began coordinating and getting critical assets that we needed in place.
Critical assets were to do what? Like, why'd you send those men, those SWAT team guys into those woods?
With the information we had, was treating this case as, or what we had as a search and rescue mission.
That's what sending those men in the woods?
Yeah.
Amber alert?
Find Holly. That was our number one mission at that point.
When they came back from the break, they just were already in the middle of this witness's testimony. So I don't have his name, but Priscilla says it's Brent Booth, TBI, which seems likely. So maybe I'll update this ticker. Does everyone agree this is Brent Booth?
Did you personally search the area of the house?
Yes, I did. Once we have what we call a mobile office, which is a large motorhome that we bring in that is equipped and staffed with information processing capabilities. I had that on the way. Our SAC, Special Agent in Charge, John Mayer, got the Memphis Regional Lab and their personnel en route to work the crime scene.
Oh, thanks.
I had learned that while I was there, Decatur County Sheriff's Office, in cooperation with their 911 center, had pinged her phone. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much. So we knew a direction.
What was the direction?
North.
North from the house on Swan Johnson.
Yes, north toward I-40.
Toward I-40.
Benton County. If you're familiar with Decatur County, I-40 runs through the northern edge. It encompasses a general mile markers of 120 to about the 130 or the Tennessee River. We had a general direction of travel of her phone.
In the minutes that follow, after you had the general direction of north, you start to get other pings with more information.
Yes.
What's that?
We learned of a ping that had happened at 9:25 a.m. south of I-40, about maybe halfway, not quite, a few miles from our house. Coming back, the phone looked like it was coming back south.
I think you skipped ahead to our last cell phone. So let's back up for a second, okay?
Yes, sir.
So let's listen to the, you described the early pings about the phone heading north.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
right?
That's correct.
From those pings and the couple that followed, they give you any information as to where north we're talking about.
No, very general.
That's what I was asking. We'll have a cell phone expert testify later, so I'm not asking you to be an expert, okay?
I'm not by any means. I have
Does
general
the
knowledge.
cell phone ping tell you that the phone is right here
No.
to give you a large radius instead?
Yes.
After those first pings that have her going north, you said to the interstate.
Yes.
Are there other pings in that area over the course of time?
Yes.
And in what community or what area are those cell phone pings in?
Yellow Springs.
Yellow Springs. Were you familiar with the Yellow Springs community before this?
No. Sir.
Were you familiar with Holiday, Tennessee, right there next to Yellow Springs at the time?
Yes.
These things show that the phone lingered in the Yellow Springs community.
Yes. Sir.
On the basis of that information, did y'all do anything? Did y'all send people to do anything?
We did. Tennessee Highway Patrol had been notified and they had moved people that way. We sent Decatur County personnel north into that area. We sent the Highway Patrol north into that area. What we typically do, get assets where we need them. Human assets, people, looking, searching.
You sent people with guns in the woods behind the house,
Yes. Sir.
right? You seen friends, family, volunteers, they at the crime scene that morning,
Yes. Sir.
right? You knew her cell phone traveled north.
Yes. Sir.
You knew it lingered in Yellow Springs.
We did.
And so you alerted THP and everybody else, let's
Go to that area.
Despite all that, nobody found her.
That's correct.
She was gone.
Yeah.
You were there at the house, Swan Johnson.
Yeah. Yes. Sir.
Her phone's moving and then linger in Yellow Springs.
I didn't know. We never assumed anything. I didn't know if that was just her phone or her with the phone. We didn't know. You have to take that into account.
This is 20-year-old girl, though.
Yeah.
The crime scene at the house, you were there when agents, including yourself, searched it, right?
I was.
Inside the house, outside the house.
Lab personnel did that. Forensic scientists. That's what they do for us. Specialized in searching, and they have all the necessary equipment to collect, preserve, maintain, and test evidence for us. They come to the scene and we turn the scene over, a secure scene to them to process. That took a number of hours. As I recall, it was completed probably around 2:30 a.m. on the 14th.
Despite all that, searching the house, turning it over to the crime scene personnel, analysis, stuff like that, would you agree with me that as you stood there at Swan Johnson that morning, even after all that,
Yes.
that this crime scene wasn't telling you who did this thing?
No, sir, it wasn't. We searched the house completely, we even went under the house.
There's blood in the
wasn't telling us.
garage. There's blood in the garage.
Yes, sir.
That's Holly's blood.
We later learned, yes.
So standing there at that crime scene, there's nothing there telling you who did it.
No, sir.
And so we started searching,
Yes, sir.
started investigating.
We did. We continued to run this as a search and rescue operation for a long time.
People called in with tips or stuff.
We did.
What would happen when people called in with tips?
We sent investigators. We had FBI, U.S. Marshal, THP. We had a number of agencies there. We sent people out to talk to these folks. Whoever called in, whatever it was, we sent people.
I know that you like being part of the team,
Yes, sir.
but you didn't just send people, did you? Didn't you go?
That's what I am. I'm hands on. That's what I do.
So did you go talk to people and send them stuff?
Yeah.
Send them tips?
I did.
When did,
Talk
you,
to a lot of people.
when did you finally stop searching for them?
When we, I guess, September 7th, 2014.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
And you were there to tell us about that? Like, okay. Between when you pulled up on Swan Johnson and the day that her body was found, how much searching, how much talking, how much investigating did you do?
I don't remember. I didn't sleep for days.
Did you get out in the woods?
Yeah, I did.
Did you search in wells?
I did.
Search in barns?
I went everywhere. Wherever.
I want to recall your attention to one of these calls you got, okay?
Yes.
About Mr. Gerald Stevens.
Yes.
Had he found something?
Yeah, Gerald called. I didn't know Gerald prior to this day. Found a pair of pink panties laying in the middle of Yellow Springs Road.
That's suspicious, would you say?
It was.
Was he smart to call?
He was.
What'd you do when you got there?
Drove straight there. Parked in the middle of Yellow Springs Road. He was parked on the side near there.
Did you look at what you found?
Sir,
Did you look at what you found? Did
I did.
you call other people to get there?
I did.
What did Gerald do while you were standing there on the phone?
Gerald, he's a farmer in the area. He walked. I'm just south of Yellow Springs Church. He walked south or north toward the church, just walking down the road. I had the trunk of the car open, getting evidence bags, camera. And I observed Gerald walk toward the church, and he stopped and reached down and picked up a piece of paper. And then,
Bring that piece of paper towards you.
well, he yelled for me.
What was significant about this piece of paper?
It had Holly's name on
It was hot stuff.
it. It was.
In Yellow Springs,
Yes,
where her phone lingered,
yes,
on actual Yellow Springs Road,
yes,
right near that church.
correct.
And you were standing there.
I was.
Do you know how close you were standing to Shane Austin's house when you were there in 2011 with Mr. Stevens and those papers?
I had no idea. I didn't know Shane Austin and hadn't heard that name at that time. This was Friday,
Just 2 days in.
2 days later, about 2 o'clock.
So within 2 days of this thing, you're standing on Yellow Springs Road next to this church. How many steps from Shane Austin's driveway?
Where I was standing, probably 75 feet.
And you didn't even know who it was.
No, sir.
The evidence is collected,
Yes, sir.
I guess case closed.
and you start chasing tips and leads again.
We began looking. Other law enforcement agencies, personnel had arrived.
Not just there at Yellow Springs, but are you still chasing leads and tips?
We're
everywhere
chasing
else?
leads. Of course, yes. Others are doing that.
That early stage of the investigation, and I'm not talking about right then on Friday when you were standing in Yellow Springs.
Yes, sir.
But between that day and those next 2 weeks, all right, early part of this investigation, did the name Shane Austin ever come up?
Yes, sir.
Did the name Zach Adams ever come up?
Yes, sir.
Did the name Jason Autry ever come up?
Yes, sir. Came up.
Other things came up too.
Many.
What was your priority? What was your priority in those 2, 3, 4 weeks?
We pursued the leads, I guess, more aggressively of the reports that we had that she was alive.
So when tips come in, for instance, that Holly's been seen so-and-so place. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We had to triage the information that was coming in.
The tips come in that Holly's being held in a barn or wherever.
Yes,
All sorts of tips.
barn, warehouses, basements.
And why did you prioritize those versus other leads, like the name Shane Austin, Zach Adams?
That she was still alive. Those information we had then was very vague that they had something to do with it. But the others were where she was being held, tied up in a warehouse, chained to a wall in a basement, put down in a well.
Did
She
you
was
go to all
alive.
those places? Did you go to all those
I
places?
went to all of those places. I went to most of them.
And when you went, were you hoping to find her?
That's what it was all about, was to find her alive and bring her home.
But you never found even a trace?
No.
Was there a decision made at some point to speak to, or at least let's look at, all the sex offenders in the area?
For that county and all surrounding counties.
She's beautiful, Holly.
Yes, sir.
So that one's not a bad idea.
No, sir.
Wait, what?
Agents go and
Oh, do these men think that only beautiful women are victims of sex crimes? I mean, oh, she's beautiful, so not a bad idea to check the sex offenders. What in the hell is wrong with these people? Wow, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard.
interview various sex offenders.
All of them.
Well, what a good idea, considering how pretty she was.
We've heard a name, in the trial? Is Terry Britt one of these sex offenders?
Yes, sir.
Did the investigation at any point really drill down in to Mr. Britt?
Yes, sir. We focused on Mr. Britt. We took Terry Britt's life apart. We looked at him hard. Terry Britt lived in that area. He was a sex offender. We were working off of the phone information, the proximity of where things were.
Phone information, you mean those pings up north
Those pings.
in the Yellow Springs area?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Britt lived approximately where in relation to the Yellow Springs area?
Just south, about 4 miles south of Yellow Springs Church.
And what'd you do to take apart his life?
Surveillance, physical surveillance. We did, we wiretapped his phones.
That means y'all listen to phones and he doesn't know it.
Yes, sir. We wiretapped his house.
That means he have a wife.
He did.
That means he and his wife are in a house and y'all are listening
That's correct.
and they don't even know it.
That's correct.
Is that something we do every day?
No, sir.
Is that something we've ever done in the state of Tennessee?
No, sir.
What? In the whole state? Is that what he said?
Y'all
Or
ever search his house?
We executed search warrants on his house, property, vehicles, outbuildings. Yes, sir.
Okay, that place apart.
Yes, sir.
Ever interview the people around them?
Yes, sir.
So after all that,
We didn't find anything related to Holly. It was Holly's.
nothing?
Poor
Nothing.
Bobo family.
At all.
Nothing at all. Terry Dykes.
See, it does that thing again. I don't know what it does where it does this like morph and cuts off a bunch of shit. So
We didn't read those reports thorough.
What reports?
The reports that our agents, the interviews we were doing, the information that was coming in, especially pertaining to Zach Adams, Jason Autry, Dylan Adams, and Shane Austin.
Didn't read
As the old saying goes, the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing. We were feeding all of this information in, and we didn't realize what was there.
Didn't realize what was there. But was there also something that y'all simply didn't do?
Their alibis or their stories were not checked out.
Not
Early.
checked out.
No.
You mean the people they said they were with weren't talked to?
They weren't interviewed early on. No,
Why not?
I don't know.
Hi,
Overwhelmed.
Kat.
Too much coming in too fast.
Was
We're
it a mistake?
not that, you get right down to it, we're not that big an agency. We don't have people. We're not huge. Very few of us, when you get right down to it.
Was it a
I'm not
mistake?
making an excuse. It's just what we are.
Was it a mistake?
Yes, it was a mistake.
Was it a bad mistake?
Yes, sir.
Is it 3 years later you figure out how bad it was?
That's right.
Other items of Holly's property will be found in various places in the communities. Is that right?
It was. We found other pieces of her paper from school of Yellow Springs Road in Shane Austin, grandmother's front yard, dollar bill and receipt, other anatomy and physiology papers pertaining to nursing.
I could.
In the grandmother's front yard? What? I mean, that's something.
I could, Agent. If you're familiar with this poster board or something that I'm holding.
Yes,
You've
sir.
seen this before?
Yes, sir.
With this age, you explain to the jury about like where stuff is found in those weeks,
Yes.
months afterwards.
Yes, sir.
I got this marked exhibit. We'll substitute smaller. Perfect.
It's 182.
We're to step down, Judge. Come closer. All right, Agent Booth, let's start with first paper that Gerald Stevens found just 2 days after this happened. The first one y'all found right there next to Shane's.
That's going to be the one closest to Yellow Springs Church.
Let me, because we're blocking some people. Is this better if I would do it like this? Even further?
Got her blocked now.
Okay, well, I'll let you come back to me.
I'm talking about you got your tree. Blocked.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm not worried about her.
So this is worse, isn't it? Here we go. Oh, they could see pretty good from there. Obviously, I'm great at this. You're going to explain this, so if we can't read it, or close to personal, that's okay. Agent Booth. That first piece of paper that Mr. Stevens found right there by Shane's.
Right here.
And do we see that on this map right here?
Where the line is drawn here.
All right, so we got
We
a
got a
star
star.
right here, and that's Yellow Springs.
Right. And you got a star on the map, Yellow Springs Road here.
And that's the one right next to Shane's.
Yes.
You were telling us about stuff in front of the grandmother's house. Shane's
That's here.
grandmother's.
It's pink receipt and a dollar bill. Up here, it's about, maybe a mile and a half most, between Shane's house and grandmother's. Sir,
Hey, what receipt?
pink, it's a pink receipt for her, I believe it's for her books, from a bookstore. She's a nursing student.
Shane and his grandmother lived real close.
Real close.
This is the grandmother's house with the barn across the street.
Yes.
What's this piece of evidence here?
These are other let's see. Next one found in the paper with Holly Bobo's name on it. That was another one. Found up here on Yellow Spring Road, further on down. You can see the road parallels I-40.
And then another that says anatomy.
Anatomy and physiology. It didn't have her name on it, but it was consistent with what we had found and consistent with what I do as part of what they. My daughter's a nurse. I've seen these papers.
Thanks, DB.
That's the nurse, obviously a nursing student. And I took it. It's hers. It was right up here, close to the intersection where Yellow Springs and comes into Bible Hill. It's right near a bridge that crosses over I-40. The bridge crosses over, and I'll let you ask that question. Near where a body was found. I took it as a paper trail. It wasn't a paper trail.
There were other items found too, though. A phone and SIM card, is that right?
Yeah, down here, some days later, I think it was May 3rd. Her cell phone, well, let's see, her cell phone was found Mother's Day that year.
It's on Mother's Day.
I believe it was Mother's Day. I wasn't a part of that recovery, but I read that report somewhere.
I think it may have been Easter.
And that was near, found in it's on 641. North Parsons, Eaton Corporation had a building there. Holly's dad worked next door at McKenzie Tree Service. Phone's laying right there in front, right near the road.
And there's a SIM card found.
Over on Old Camden Road. Old Camden Road is a secondary road that comes out just east of the town center of Parsons. You're on 412 going to Tennessee River. That road would intersect just east of town. Runs north and south, generally speaking.
Well, now we've seen a cluster over stuff in Yellow Springs.
Yes, sir.
We've heard about the cell phone hanging, lingering in Yellow Springs.
Yes, sir.
But there's other property, other places, like down south off the side of 641, right?
Yes, sir.
So would you agree with me that even though we found her things, these papers, the ones you recognize, this case wasn't solved, not by a long shot?
No.
Where's your consent? We follow tips, leads, looking wells, barn.
Melissa, is this the post-conviction relief decision? Are we talking about, I'm assuming in this case, should be filed any day? I'll keep an eye in the chat.
Basements, garages, every place we could.
Thanks
Yes.
for
We
continued
found her
support.
stuff, a lot of it in Yellow Springs, with cell phone, SIM card, further south, right?
Yes, sir.
We drilled into Terry Britt's life, right?
Yes, sir.
And we hadn't solved this thing yet.
Correct.
He's summarizing what's already been testified to, so it's not technically leading.
It's still leading.
Now, I'm not asking you to listen to me, okay? I'm not asking you what anybody told you, okay? I don't want any statement that this person told you, okay? But was there a day that you remember when this investigation changed?
Yes, sir.
Did it
Thanks,
come in the
guys.
form of a phone call?
Sitting at my desk in Jackson Friday afternoon, 25th, January. Phone rang.
You want to say what year?
2014. That phone call,
Did it refocus things?
it refocused this investigation.
After that phone call, were there people that you were interested in talking to?
Yes, sir.
Who were those people?
I wonder. Zach
Focus of that
Adams.
investigation changed to Zach Adams, Jason Autry, Shane Austin, and Dylan Adams.
Now, rewind. We've heard those names before.
Yes.
In the early days of the investigation, right?
Yes, sir.
The same names that Agent Dyke has told you had been checked out, right?
Correct.
They all live in and near Yellow Springs.
Yes, sir.
So what do you do?
We began pouring through that case file,
Going back in the past.
took it apart, all of it from day one, pulled out information that we had and didn't realize we had.
In 3 years since Agent Dyke has told you that their whereabouts had been checked out.
Yes, sir.
And what was the first thing you discovered when you started looking into these guys again?
That their stories were false.
Had their stories ever even been checked out?
No, they were not in our files if they ever were.
You went to the people they said they were with?
Yes, sir.
And nope.
No, I can't. No.
And nope.
No, they hadn't been talked to.
Oh, okay.
Nobody had ever been to them.
So after that, do you go out, talk to Mr. Adams's associates?
We do.
Yeah, this is leading, and I thought he was trying to get this guy to say that the people that he said he was with, that they weren't with, but they were. He was trying to get him to say that the people that the defendant and the co-defendant say they were with were never interviewed to say whether or not they were in fact with them, is what this witness is saying. We got a leading objection, and I'm sure it'll be shot down.
Go.
Did you
It's
go
not
out and talk to
leading.
Mr.
No.
Adams' associates?
Yes, we did.
Did you go out and talk to Mr. Dylan Adams' associates?
We did.
Go talk to Mr. Shane Austin's associates
We did.
and Mr. Jason Autry?
We did.
Those are fine questions, actually.
We've heard on the first day of this trial about Mr. Dylan Adams and a man named Dennis Benjamin.
Yes, sir.
After you went out and talked to Mr. Adams' associates, to Mr. Austin's associates, to Mr. Autry's associates, was information provided from Mr. Dylan Adams? Yes or no?
Yes.
At some point, Zach Adams was arrested. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Years and years after this. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'll search his house, right?
We did.
All
We're not-
leading.
We did.
I've seen the wood floor, which y'all took apart.
Yes, sir.
Did you find any trace of Holly Bobo there?
No.
How many years afterwards was it?
This happened in April the 13th of 2011, and this was February, March of 2014.
At that time,
3 years.
At that time, in February of March of 2014, y'all were taking apart Mr. Adams' house and searching.
Yes, sir.
Did y'all have any idea you should have been checking in Shane's grandmother's barn?
No, sir. We didn't know that at the time.
Tell me about the day that y'all found it. Tell me about the day that y'all found it.
I got a call from Keith Bird. Keith is the sheriff in Decatur County. There'd been a call that came in to the 911 center in Benton County, transferred to Decatur. There had been human remains found near the 120 cell tower located right on the side of the interstate in his county. He was responding. It was a Sunday about 11 o'clock, Sunday, September 7th. I responded, met him there, along with that territorial agent, Brand Holt. And I notified, of course, chain of command in our division. And
Where was your attention called to? What place?
behind the cell tower, it's, I believe it's addressed 1000 County Corner Road, which
Is
is
it
up.
along I-40?
Yes, sir. It's on the north side of I-40,
About how many miles from Shane Austin's house?
maybe 3.
About how many miles from Zach Adams' house?
County road wise, maybe 5.
What was this place like, this cell phone tower?
Cell tower located right on the side of the interstate.
Probably passed it a million times before, hadn't you?
Have. It's dense wooded, dense back and in behind it, around it. Nothing around it other than woods.
Those woods, you're a hunter, aren't you?
I am.
People use those woods for hunting?
Yes.
Have you ever been hunting up over there?
No, sir.
Well, then how do you know?
What'd you find when you got there?
Found a cranium,
Mm.
upper part of the skull, and the mandible, jawbone.
Oh, I
You saw
can't.
the skull and the mandible. Did you know it was her yet?
I knew scientifically no.
You
Not
part
even had to be.
Were you part of the search of the surrounding area?
Yes, sir.
Did you become quickly aware that her wallet had been found?
Yes, sir.
Keys,
Yes, sir.
driver's license,
Yes, sir.
promise ring from Drew,
Yes, sir.
and you know it was her?
Yeah, knew it was her. Her.
Okay. I know we're real bad at this.
That's okay.
Another one of these poster boards.
I'll try to do better.
What we got in this poster board?
Yes, sir.
What we don't, just like generally, what we're looking at.
You're looking at the area along I-40, location of Holly's body, top left,
That's
County
enough.
Corner Road next.
That's enough. Now we're going to look at minor distance. Next one. You step down, please.
Then after that, we go over. All the admonitions I gave you there, if you want to wait for you up there, I don't know what little goodies they have for you today, but they'll have something good. Take 1 hour.
All right. So that's where we're gonna to end for the day. That's where they ended. They probably was a lunch. And I just want to say we've got I am going to be on a live tonight for the Kelsey Fitzsimmons fundraiser. So I put this the link here. I also posted it on X. So hopefully you guys will be there. And tonight, is that tonight? So Bob and I are doing a Afro Man civil trial sort of just kind of summary, I guess, in advance of our episode on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we're going to have Afro Man's defense attorney, Attorney David Osborne, and at least one juror. It sounds like we may have more than one juror. And so that'll be great. So we'll go through some of the highlights from the trial so that, you guys know what it is we're talking about when we ask the jurors and the lawyers some questions. So I also want to thank you guys all for being here. I want to thank Chicago Zero, new member. Welcome. And Melissa, I pointed your comment out earlier, but thank you for your continued support for 11 months. IW, thanks for the super sticker. Julie, she's going to manage replay crew next week. Next week will be a busy replay crew because we're already going to have 2 streams on Tuesday. We got Fitzsimmons all day and then the Afro Man stuff in the evening. So, and thank you, Brian, who gifted a Defense Diaries podcast membership, and welcome to whoever got that membership. All right. Thanks, guys. I will see you later tonight, hopefully. And, part 12 of this rewatch party will probably not be for some time because we've got to get through Fitzsimmons trial might be quick. So we shall see. But thank you all and see you soon. Bye.